Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Thursday, February 12, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, the legislature points to corruption for a dramatic increase in
garden equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to
to do culinary training. We're here to celebrate our accomplishments. This is not about replacing Belizean cuisine. This is about, we want the Belizean cuisine, we want the Belizean richness and diversity, right? So this is about your skills. You all know what you all learned, so it's about transferring that skill.
10 certified executive pastry chef in this, 10 certified executive pastry chef in this entire world. And now in Belize, we have 3 sitting in this room.
I would never find another lover sweeter than you.
Heartstring, you know who that is. The one. He makes your biochemical soup in your brain just go berserk. Your dopamine goes whoops, your norepinephrine just serotonin drops, your heart rate elevates, your pupils dilate, your stomach to tremble. The one when cold front you got a hole, the one where you want to sit down on the island and just watch the sunset go down. That is your heartstring. Well, For all the heartstrings, for all who want to find a heartstring, and to those who feel, well, they are heartstring material. Look out, here we go again. From the folks that brought you the Gatsby New Year's Eve event, you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th. Grand Resort and Residences again, starting at 9 p.m. It's another mature and secure gallery event for Valentine's. It's called Heartstrings. We have the soundtrack to match your feelings. A superstar lineup of iconic DJs journey through the best classic old school tunes just for you and yours. When flowers alone won't do and chocolate's too cliche, we got music, we got DJs, we got the maestro, Stone Jam. Mr. Entertainment, DJ Dalla, Rocker and the Picker Ford, and Frisco and Tony G. I would like to be the only in your life, I want to be the only man. There we've got a special Steel Pan live through from the Steel Pan Maestro, Alex Evans. No! Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers, and of course exquisite cuisine for your satisfaction. Sweet dreams are made of these. Get your tickets and get your tickets early. You don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again.
Tickets in advance for only $50. Available at American Closeout on Freetown Road, Alpha Male on Bishop Street, Dessers Closet on Cemetery Road, Amandala Press on Amandala Drive, and the Quick Pass app. Sponsored by the Belize City Council, Pelican, Grand Resort and Residences, The Angeles Press Limited, Rabbit Hole Entertainment, Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Belize Airport Authority, Amandala, and the Belize Police Department.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The Trade License Act of 2024, which is to come into effect later this year, provides for the calculation of fees based on productive footprint. According to the definition in the legislation, this means the square footage of the premise where the business is located, exclusive of common areas like agricultural lands, lobbies, restrooms, stairwells, customer parking, storerooms, and shared hallways, unless these are used for profit. We got clarification from the Director of Local Government, Clifford King.
Under Chapter 66, under the current law, under this very old and archaic legislation, a lot of things were not very clear. Trade licensing is assessed against what is determined to be the annual rental value of a property. And the property is the entire property, the yard, the backyard, the front yard, the garage. It doesn't make a distinction. So it is similar to how you assess for property taxes. And the chargeable rate against the assessment is 25%. A quarter of your rental value in trade licensing fees. Now, the new regime, in principle, is intending to disrupt all of that, to create a regime for the towns and cities where, as a trade license holder or a potential trade licensing holder, you could use the provisions of the law and the regulation to calculate your own trade licensing fee. And particularly on the aspect of productive footprint, the distinction is made that in building A, which is an entire building, the only space that you assess is the space where the business is conducted from. And so you exclude from the calculation of the productive space common areas such as stairways, steps, elevators, swimming pools, parking lots, waiting areas, storerooms, restrooms. But the law makes an exception only if those places are part of your business model. So I rent my swimming pool. I charge $5 an hour to park in the parking lot.
The Prime Minister denied that once the law takes effect, the increases in trade license would rise sharply, as cited in one case where the increase is said to be of 700%.
That's not true. In fact, no. Now what has happened is that some councils may get ahead of themselves, and yes, in some instances, some of them wanted to have these high increases. The law does not allow you to be able to increase. I don't know the exact number, but there's only a certain percentage that you can.
But only for year. 3 years.
Yes, per year. So then no, and then you cannot just increase as much as you want, but.
We look at the section, it tried to find an objective criteria in order to charge the trade licensing on. And what the government came up with was to use square footage in relation to businesses that are brick and mortar.
But what could have led to the example that's been cited on social media of a 700% increase in the instances where it appears some municipalities got ahead of themselves and issued the bills already for 2026?
Corruption. That's the short answer. The long answer is that business owners corrupt the system by trying to get a declaration of tax that is either at a lower rate or footage than is what their business is reflecting. And so when you have that sort of ability to do that discretion, that's where corruption comes into play. So you would have rightly had two store owners side by side, same amount of square footage, same building type, same business type, and one is paying a lower rate because, well, he pay under the table. I said it's raw. He pay under the table when the next person refused to do that, but they would have been paying the tax at the normal rate. So you had that sort of discrepancy. So when you try to regularize it now, it looks like a 700% or 300% increase on the one who is paying lower. But to me, it's just a regularization of it. And that's why the objective criteria is important for using square footage, because then there's it's just a formula. You measure how much is your
difference. Even though the Prime Minister stated in an interview on Wednesday that Cabinet supports that the former BTL workers be paid, BCWJ spokesperson Emily Turner says they will wait until the company puts it in writing.
We really received that message well. We must acknowledge that we appreciate that he has come out and said that on record. But he had sent similar message last week Friday, and then a couple of hours later, we got this letter from BTL saying that they were still reviewing it. So while I appreciate that he's supporting that, we are a group about action. That's why we're out here. So unless BTL acts in that manner, it's really just words coming out from the Prime Minister, because the board that is appointed by him and that serves at his pleasure is not listening to what he's saying. They're taking their times. They have written to us. They have even sent that press release that said that they will wait until their next board meeting to review this. I hope that they will put some urgency on it. We continue protesting for this reason, because words without action, no one do nothing for us. And I think from the beginning we had said that we will stick to this until that money is paid out to our group. And like we said, our group is a group of people that are older, and you can see that they're out here under this rain. So no matter what, they want to come out here today.
Talk to us about the support from the public.
In terms of the public, what has been happening is that people are sending, if they know that they have somebody that is sick or somebody that is out, that is not here, they are starting to provide us support. Some people are sending us sandwiches, they're sending us water. We also got an umbrella from one of the customers that came out from BTL. So we have a lot of support. A lot of people are calling us to advise us on some matters that are relevant to this movement. But I think most importantly, I think one of the messages that we really wanted to get out is to all workers of Belize. This is not just about the BTL employees, this is about all of us, and we have to take care and look after ourselves when it comes to things like pensions and severance. And so a lot of people, a few people have reached out to us and said, you know what, I had this amount of years and I left and then this didn't happen or that didn't happen. And so we have already made that promise that we will look after some of those requests that are coming to try to give them advice as to how you maneuver through these things when you have them.
From the north to south, former employees have been taking the time out to join the protests. We spoke with Dennis Williams, who lives in Punta Gorda. He worked at BTL some 12 years. We also spoke with Yaya Marin Coleman, chairperson of the UBAD Educational Foundation, who joined the protest in solidarity.
Did you ever try at any point to get your severance requested? Okay.
You were just
told.
a letter from HR, this is what you are supposed to get.
Wow. Wow. So now when you saw the reporting in relation to the CCJ case, you knew you had to come out here?
Yes, I have to. Because it is for everyone out there. And it's sad that you have so many folks out there for so many days. Last week I was here, an elderly gentleman fell right over there.
Really?
I think they said he was 70 years. So I think they need to pay the people and get it over with.
Yeah.
The court has ruled.
I did demonstrate on a rainy day today. Our vehicle slowed down, and I know the sister Kaviga and the school together. And the sister pushed this umbrella out to the window and said, give it to anybody who need it. That's the kind of community love and support I have great value for a movement like this by people who build BTL. You don't need to go to the Belize Communication Workers for Justice Facebook page and see the BTL stories where their sisters and brothers tell you know the amount of years they work, the sacrifice they make, they left their families, and what they do bottom up for build BTL and why then the outside protest.
During the intended acquisition of SpeedNet by Belize Telemedia Limited, today we asked former BTL engineer Emily Turner for her take on the Prime Minister's comment that there are various methods of valuation for companies and that the standard of 3 years of audited financials is not necessary.
To look at what does the industry do, to be able to evaluate companies and to be able to do a transaction like this. And from our information and some things that we have participated in, we know that you have to at least get 3 years of audited financials and a current year of financials, because you want to be able to interrogate the current management for what happened the current year. So in our case, we're in 2026. This transaction is happening in 2026. So you would interrogate the management for 2025, and then you would review their audited financials for 3 years, 5 years. Some companies have to do up to 5 years because of the magnitude. But we are saying at least 3 years. 3 years would have been satisfactory of audited financials. Now, all of what we're hearing, we don't even know if it's...
So on their website, the audited financials are there. That's the company.
Okay, so that again, there's a lot of flags coming up about conflict of interest. I know, for example, there is you pay your licensing fees to the PUC based on the amount of sales revenues that you make, and it's 1.5. Now you're saying we are finding out now that more was the company that audited that. That's again, I hope they have disclosed that, but then that's a lot of conflict. It's too much, and that's why I think I can join in saying that it's better that we get an independent party that has no ties in Belize, because unfortunately we're so small, everybody tied to each other, and then when you start to peel the onion, you start to say, oh well, you did this, like this one that's happening, and we can talk about all the other conflicts that happen, and that's the only way we will trust this transaction. And I don't think that at this point we don't want to hear more about this transaction until the proper due diligence is on its way. I heard that it's about hold. What are you holding for us to get the same PowerPoint presentation? But that's the PowerPoint presentation we are rejecting. We have seen even the press releases. Now we have the commercials coming on during the news. Those things are not proper information for a transaction of this magnitude, I am sorry, we have to challenge them to do better. So this whole should be for BTL to be sent back to the drawing board because they have not done the proper due diligence that the Belizean people deserve.
Minister of Finance, Prime Minister John Briceño reported Wednesday that he expects to meet with the Comptroller of Customs and the Financial Secretary regarding the importation of salvage vehicles. They are reviewing introducing that are up to 10 years old. This should also be accompanied by a review of the duties, which he concedes are high.
We have also said that I'm supposed to be meeting with the Comptroller of Customs. I think it is on Friday, along with the Financial Secretary, because now what we need to do is to look at the taxes. When you add all of the taxes involved, it comes up in some instances as much between 50 and 60, 70%, which is way too high. I believe that we know that we have removed all of that discretionary powers from the custom officers. I think we need to look at how we can, a number of things. One is to reduce the taxes somewhat. One. Secondly, salvage vehicles are not allowed in the United States. They're not allowed in most of the islands of CARICOM countries. They're not allowed in Central America. So we may need to consider to tightening up on bringing salvage vehicles to evade customs. And then, you buy a vehicle looking it pretty, and then a few months later it's falling apart. And lastly, we are also looking at starting to just ban the importation of these very old vehicles that come there. They pollute there. The parts, it's very expensive to upkeep the fuel that they use. So we're thinking of maybe just allowing vehicles no more than 10 years old to be able to import into Belize. So a number of things initiatives that we're taking to be able to tighten up the customs and to ensure that we collect the taxes that people deserve, but at the same time that we do not overtax our citizens.
After the break, a Dangriga poll shows 57% disapproval of PM's performance. Stay with us.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a pay of $29,500, which works out to $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz or even
So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you out right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am going after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
I will never find another lover sweeter than you.
Heartstring. You know who that is. The one. He makes your biochemical soup in your brain just go berserk. Your dopamine goes, whoops, your never find a feeling just, serotonin drops, your heart rate elevates, your pupils dilate, your stomach to tremble. The one when cold front you got a hole. The one where you want to sit down on the island and just watch the sunset go down. That is your heartstring. Well, for all the heartstrings, for all who want to find a heartstring, and to those who feel, well, they are heartstring material. Look out, here we go again. From the folks that brought you the Gatsby New Year's Eve event, you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th. Grand Resort and Residences again, starting at 9 p.m. There we've got a special steel pan live throwdown. Finally, you don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again.